the second half and leading to your third double-double. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, since you guys are going to have a nice little break after, coming back after Christmas, kind of what are you looking forward to starting Horizon Week play? And that'll be it. And then I'll just ask Coach. I can ask Coach the majority if that's what you want. Yeah. Okay. I got you. How was Oklahoma? I mean, not the game, but
yeah, okay, yeah.
experience.
Oh, it was good. It was like middle of nowhere. So it was like we went there and it was like all desert, and then like it seemed like you just like walked into like a I don't know, like the Wild West, like cowboys movies.
Definitely different from here, huh?
Yeah, it was so weird. Like I really thought like walking around I was gonna like run into a horse.
Right.
So, yeah, it was so funny.
Their arena looked nice as hell.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But like the thing is I think we lost by like 29 points.
Yeah.
Which is like decent. I mean
they were the 5th team in the country.
I know. So like that's why like I think like we did actually good, and like watching the game, like we actually played like really good.
Oh yeah.
Like me
you
like
had some shots fall. You guys were
yeah.
for sure.
Like we did really good. So that's why like at the end of the game, like when you play a game like that, at the end of the game, like that you lost or not, like the fact that you played really well, like it doesn't seem like it's like such a bitter loss, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Any recruits coming in? Did they want to come in?
No, I didn't know if it was legal, so
we
just took the safe route here.
No, I got you. Absolutely. All right, so Coach Phoenix Gideon, sorry. Congratulations on the win. Coach, we'll start with you. Coming off a tough 4-road game slate, you coming to West Virginia, going to Oklahoma, coming back home finally, what went into tonight, kind of getting back on the winning track and snapping a 3-game losing streak?
Well, I was telling these guys the whole time about being in the moment when we were there and just focusing on one game at a time. And, we had some very formidable opponents in those games. You're playing 2 Big 12 teams on their court, and they both right now are extremely going in the right direction with their programs. And we knew that it would be tough games, but how we handled them going into them and then coming out of them was going to mean a lot for this game here and games going forward. We're always talking about whether it was, something we need to correct or something we did well, using everything that we've learned from those tough opponents to make us better, not make us worse, to get confidence knowing that we had some great moments in those games, even though we weren't able to take them to the wire or, pull off any wins. That second half against Oklahoma, we really outplayed them, we outworked them, and, we did a great job of finishing the game. And so I knew coming into this game, if we handled that correctly and stayed hungry from that and didn't put our head down, that we'd have a great opportunity to come out here and play some good ball. And I was really proud of them, how they set the tone early with the defense. And obviously we hit some shots, and that was great. But the energy was not, short-lived. We had that energy to, with the attitude to sustain it for the whole quarter, and that's how we set the tone.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you guys got off to a great run to start. Phoenix, you come in, you recorded your third double of the season. It's beginning kind of a little bit of a slow start, but moving forward, kind of into the second quarter into halftime, you really kind of found something that worked for you. Really, your teammates got you the ball inside. Kind of what went into that? Coming out of the second quarter into halftime, what kind of changed for you?
Well, you said that I started the game a little bit slow. Honestly, I don't think that's very accurate. I think that I'm not just a scorer. I can contribute to my team in many, many ways, and I think that's what I did from the jump. I was getting a lot of rebounds, and I think that I just let the game come to me instead of forcing shots. I was facilitating for my teammates a lot. At the beginning of the game, I wasn't making a lot of shots, but I was giving good looks for my teammates, and I think that's why we make such a good team, because we all don't just force shots. It's not always going to be plays for me, or it's not always going to fall every point star for me, but I always got to look into what the defense give me and take advantage of that, and I think that's what I did in the second half. The change that the defense gave me in the second half is that, given the fact that I was facilitating a lot for my teammates, they started guarding us in a different way. Then it opened the court a lot, and I took what they gave me and I scored inside a lot.
Coach, kind of going back to you, kind of talk about your defense. You began the game, on a 12-0 run to start. Like you said, you hit some shots, but defensively, you held them to 7% in the first quarter. Kind of just talk about, coming off that road slate, like you said, playing against two great opponents that you even said yourself are in the right direction. Kind of just talk about your defensive efforts tonight as a team.
Yeah, like that first quarter I was talking about, we set the tone there, and we've been coming out in games in the last few, even against those teams, and we were ready to go at the jump, but sustaining it for through the first media and continuing on, that was something we were really having a tough time with. And that's what I felt like I told them. I made this analogy. I said, it's like when you're running a long distance run. You get to that point where you start getting tired, you start sweating, and it gets tired. If you push through it, your body starts really getting used to it, and you just continue to go then. And how well you go is going to be how hard you practice and how well you work on your game. But I felt like today, when we got to that point in that run, we pushed through it, and then we were still flying around. Defense is a culture, and we work on it every day. There's not many days, no matter what the scenario is, there's not many days that we don't do something defensively that's making us better, whether it's guarding in action, whether it's, continuity stuff that we're doing on defense, communication. You don't just come out and play defense because you play hard. You got to also have intelligence. What we were doing on the ball screen today really disrupted them when we were doing a good job of it. A couple times we messed up, but when they did, they held us accountable. So we saw that, and we said, hey, if we do a good job, it's disrupting them. If we get lazy or we miss our assignment, they're taking advantage of it. Bonaventure is a pretty good team. They're in the A10. And, I have a lot of respect for Jesse, and we had a good day today, and I can't take anything away from us, and we worked hard to get this W in this kind of fashion against a team like that.
Phoenix, you're a season veteran now, you're in your second year. Next week starts, or when you guys come back, starts Horizon League play. Kind of go into what are you kind of looking forward to? The non-conference is kind of over, and this is kind of where, games start to really count, when you guys come back on the 29th.
Of course, coming back when we come back from break, the games that we're gonna play, their Horizon League, their conference games, so they kind of matter more. But obviously, we're the kind of team that treats every game the same, conference and non-conference. Of course, all the non-conference games that we play prepared us to battle against every team in the Horizon League, but we're just gonna come hard and play as a team just like we've been doing, and just keep doing what we're doing. It's no different, conference or non-conference, and it just felt really great to finish the first semester this way, and a good win, and it was a well-earned break.
Kind of going back to you, one last question is, you kind of have a nice break coming up. Kind of what are you telling your team now is you almost have 2 weeks before you have to come back on the 29th. Kind of what are you trying to do as a coaching staff, and kind of trying to tell your players, this is a good time for them to gather, rest, coming off a finals week, and you're coming off a nice victory tonight.
Well, this whole week has been one big adjustment for us. We're big into routines, and we had to make some adjustments because of how finals week is. We had to make a lot of adjustments on the week to things that we would normally do that gets us ready for the game. We had to kind of fit it in somewhere else and cut down some time on the court that we normally would have. So we took some extra break during the week, and then when we got after it, the reason why we played well tonight is because we practiced well when we had our opportunities. We were efficient. It's like efficiency. Like they talk about efficiency on offense, efficiency on defense. We were efficient in the time we were on the court. There wasn't many bad moments in practice where we didn't feel like we were going hard. And if we did have that moment, we woke up quickly. And Phoenix knows she was there, and she was a big part of it. So she knows when we're going well, and she knows when we had those moments. And this week of practice was outstanding. We earned the victory, like Phoenix said. And now with this break, we've got to handle it well. Sometimes rest is great, and sometimes rest will really ruin you. And our responsibility now with this break is to make sure with it, when you go away for, over a week, which we like to do for our foreign kids and everybody to be able to have a chance to maybe go home, that's only possible if you give this kind of break. And that's why we do it. We have so many internationals, and we like to see them have a chance to be with their family because they're away for so long. So that's our strategy, but we have to execute when they go away. They got their strength and conditioning packets. They know the lifts and the stretches and the things they're supposed to do to keep their bodies in shape, get in the gym, put shots up, stay fit. you know, you're not going to stay fit like you do at practice with us, but you got to keep your cardio up, stay fit, so that when you come back, we only have 3 days to get ready for conference game. And that's where conference starts, the 29th. So 26th, 27th, and 28th, and then we start playing again. So it's really a test, again, to us handling this break the right way and doing what we need to. And then hopefully we'll be ready for that first game.
That's all I have, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Sasa, buddy, I'm going to go.